So, hello world. This is Jay Leno. I'm here to give you our weekly updates as well as the past events. And also, for the first time this week, I'm going to be covering, I guess you would call it an event that happened a month ago. So, I thought it was important enough to bring up. So, we're going to start off with our first event that I thought was very touching. Let's see here. Doo-doo-doo. So, apparently, a month ago, in a 2-day span, there were 6 female teachers arrested for sexual misconduct with students. We're going to go into here in this article. We're going to start off with our first sexual offender, Ellen Shell, at the age of 38, stationed out in Danville in Garin County, where she had 2 separate occasions with 2 16-year-olds where she got it in. And she was employed as a teacher's aide. I went to school with other people and that were sexual offenders. I'm very familiar, not personally. I haven't had the luxury of having any of my female teachers. I guess some of these guys would call it sexual assault, but it was very unfortunate that it never happened to me because there wouldn't be an article about me. Carrying on. So she's 38, grabbing hold of 2 16-year-old boys, teacher's aide. And Miss Shell was asked to go on administrative leave pending the resolution of the case. The real response I have for this incident is, do you want to hire back? I guess you have to see the details of the case and actually be in court. The Board of Education of that county might want to go hands-on in this case, no matter what the verdict is for Mrs. Shell's trial. Let's see who our second teacher is. Let's go back and let's see if we got a look at Miss Shell. All right, so this is Miss Shell right here. All right. Well, you wouldn't think she looked like she would want some 16-year-old peen, but, guess not much is going on there in the old county there that you got to get a hold of a 16-year-old. Got the school all on here. Faces everywhere. All right. And apparently the school sent out letters to parents to notify them of this incident. I'm gonna lie to you. I'm not of equality when it comes to age and sexual incidents and conduct. I'm leaning towards being more sensitive towards women, considering that I'm a father of 2 daughters. I really don't want no male teachers touching my daughters. But if I had a son, get it in, son. Don't tell nobody. Make sure you use protection. Carrying on to the next teacher. All right, so we have here an Arkansas educator, Heather Hale, at the age 32, was expected to turn herself in Friday for an alleged sexual relationship with a teen student. Is now facing first-degree felony assault rape. All right, that is Miss Heather Hale. Then we also have Oklahoma teacher Emily Hancock at the age of 26. was arrested Thursday after local police were tipped off to her alleged relationship with a student. So, okay, let's see. Is this Heather? So this is young Heather right here. Heather is the 32-year-old. Okay. Heather, they say she was tipped off also. Times that reported. Let's see here. So this is young Heather. Like I said, for her to be getting booked and having a mugshot, that's not bad. She's probably cuter in person, to be real with you, because mugshots don't really give anybody any good looks, period. So, sorry, Heather. And then we have the Western Public School teacher, Emily Hancock, sexually assaulting another student, another hottie. Look at this. Another hottie. Now, Kristen Gannett, at age 36, groomed her student over social media, being friends with your teacher, being friends with your kid online. That's a bit creepy. Get a hold of addresses. Who knows, friend? She could be a friend of the family. All of the above as a public figure. I will tell all of you that based off the stories and the personal incidents that happened in my life involving teachers and relationships, well, with these cases and the cases that I have witnessed in my life, I'm going to be honest with you, 9 times out of 10, this information is being given out because somebody's not getting it in with the rest of the kids. Jealousy, envy. Gentlemen are not supposed to run their mouth in bed. This is 16-year-old kids, so who's to say that they can handle that responsibility? But in the future, students, if you have a crush on your teacher and your teacher's willing to give you the buns, be sure to keep that information to yourself, not your friends. If you find that you're being inappropriately pursued by somebody and there's harassment, please alert the authorities as soon as possible. But in these incidents itself, it's looking like you got some hater shit going on. Pray for all of these victims, if they are victims, people that snitched. More than likely, this is some guilt that you're going to have within yourself, and you'll probably dress up and hope to see your teacher that got arrested at your classroom reunion because you want to get a second shot. They don't forgive you, especially the guy who told on. Hold on, look at this. Who told on this beautiful woman right here? You know what? She don't have to talk to a 16-year-old. I can dress up as a 16-year-old all you want. You dig? All right, moving on. In other news, recently, let's see if I can get this boy up here. As of recently, Le'Veon Bell has said he wanted to do a celebrity boxing match with the boy Vontaze Burfict. He wants to get his lick back. With me being a Pittsburgh Steelers fan myself, I wasn't a huge fan of Mr. Burfict, nor was I only had a very small fandomship towards Le'Veon Bell, considering that he left to get his money. By all means, get yours, but when you get your bread, understand that when you mess up, you will not get money again. Was it worth going after that money then, or hanging out with us with the Steelers for a lifetime? Hines Ward did it. Troy Polamalu did it. May not get that big check that you want, but I will say that we're pretty loyal to the people that do stay with our franchise. Got mixed feelings on wanting to see the celebrity match. I think it'll be cool. This is definitely not the A side that I want to see in a celebrity match. I believe Blueface has had his boxing match as of a couple of months ago. Hopefully another boxer want to get in a ring with him. He's one of barely any people I want to see do a celebrity boxing match, and I don't think Chris Brown or Usher is going to be going into the ring with anybody anytime soon. They're just going to do their stuff off camera. But who knows what we can get out of these two. I really want to give that a Nene, my brother, on this celebrity boxing match. And so moving on, we are going into the next round of the NBA playoffs. A brief recap, honorable mention, just to throw in my opinion towards things. If you do follow me, well, I wouldn't say if you do, but you can get some of my pre-content that before I put things on the stream. You can add me as a friend on Facebook as Jeff the Monsoon Cuts, where the is spelled THA and Cuts is spelled with a S at the end. But I briefly wanted to discuss my comparison of Joel Embiid to Jokic. Embiid ended up getting the MVP, my honest opinion, because it was a sympathy award. Not to say that Embiid did not have an excellent season this year. I just don't think that he had a better season than Joker or Giannis Antetokounmpo. In particular, I knew that Joker wasn't going to get MVP because the list of NBA basketball players that have had 3 MVPs in a row include Wilt Chamberlain, Larry Bird. There has to be, I believe there's another basketball player, but I do not believe it includes Michael Jordan. And with that being said, I think that's why Joker did not get MVP this year, because his stat line had proven it. A lot of stipulations that involve obtaining MVP for the regular season include having the best record and being the best player with the team with the best record. That's been given out to a lot of other MVPs in the past, which in fact that reward would have and should have been granted to Giannis Antetokounmpo. If you decide not to give it to him, you should have given it to Joker based off of his all-around stat sheet stuffing. Joel Embiid did do very well in scoring this year, as well as rebounded well, but the ratio between Joker scoring, rebounding, and being one of the top assisters in the NBA, including his three-point percentage, pretty much exceeds him past Joel Embiid. So Embiid, you may have the trophy, and my opinion may not matter in the future, but deep down inside, when it comes to people that have witnessed this 2023 season, we do not feel as though you are the MVP. And to prove this with statistical data, this also will show you here this stat line of Joel Embiid's playoffs. It's not marginally close at all. This proves who's the more superior basketball player and who's more effective in their team's wins and losses. You don't lead in points. You don't lead in rebounds. You don't lead in assists, Joel Embiid. You don't lead in steals. You do lead in blocks. Congratulations. But best shot blocker right now in the playoffs is Anthony Davis. You actually average more turnovers. You play less minutes. Let's see here. You shoot. Let's see here. You don't shoot better field goal percentage. You shoot a better 3-point percentage. You don't shoot better free throws. Honestly, you just play better defense than Joker. That is it. That is the only talent that you have above him. If you do get that opportunity to ever view my opinion or this video, I just want to tell you that if you want to take that next step into your career, I suggest that you find a way to efficiently have the ball in your hands per possession to have an impact in the game. And if you have a mismatch, you take advantage of it. If you don't know how to be an MVP and how to be effective, you should watch Joker play basketball, because with the athletic ability that you have, if you incorporated Joker's talent to it, you would more than likely be one of the greatest basketball players of all time. And I know it may seem a lot for you to want to surpass or even get close to Shaq, as he is noted as the most dominant player of all time. Shaq has his flaws himself, but if you want to be the greatest, you should watch Joker play. Carrying the hell on. Actually, we've touched on most of our subjects today. Not much news this week to cover. I do have, this week I will be covering a lot of the Mutant Mayhem casted mutants, especially the unknown mutants. I'm going to be doing the origin story, so look for that periodically through the week. My first video is going to be an origin story of Mondo Gecko. You can also find my channel on YouTube as Jay Leno, JLYNO. I'm also on Instagram as Jeff_Cuts with an S. This pretty much will it's not going to completely conclude this broadcast because I didn't do my weekly comic book release footage. It's here. Got our Hawk Annual first issue dropping. Apparently, Dawn of DC will be dropping issue 1s every week. So this week we have the Titans. These Titans. Why would Flash be a part of the Titans? Kind of throwing me off a little bit. Kind of intrigues me. Superboy issue 2. Guardians issue 2. Batman the Brave and the Bold issue 1. Red Goblin. Interesting. And we have DC Comics' Cyborg 1 from the Dawn of DC. Alright. Be on the lookout for me to start covering Predator content. It's one of the other franchises I am heavily obsessed about. I've just been really busy catching up on my Ninja Turtle content. It's a lot of content to keep up with, but I'm going to do my best. And anybody watching this video, I am not shy or afraid of you throwing content towards me. If there's anything you're interested in for me to cover, or if you want to give me a good read, be sure to send me any links in the comment boxes. There we go. Danny Ketch, Ghost Rider issue 1. Alright. This concludes my weekly update. The edited version will be out tomorrow. You'll probably get this raw version of the weekly update in a couple of hours after it processes. Thank you guys and enjoy your week.